Hello, and welcome to my tutorial on PixelOver with how to animate a Lancer mech from Retrograde Minis. What is PixelOver? PixelOver is a tool for animating pixels, specifically made for pixels. So to get our mech, the first thing we want. So here is a basic breacher who I've already cut up. So depending on the complexity of the model is how many parts you're going to animate. But basically every time a part would go in front of another part, that needs to be separate. In this case, the breacher is fairly straightforward. So we only needs to go into 4 parts. Both arms, the legs cut from about the knee, so just below the knee is generally, I find, the best place to do it. But if you've got like weird legs, you might need to like work out which one works best. But generally, like the smaller the legs, the better. And then of course the body itself, which can include the head. You don't need to take the head out unless you're doing something funny with the head. And then this is just for painting later. So once you've got all of your mech parts, you just need to have them all separated into PNGs. And then we go to PixelOver and we'll create a new one at 250 because that's the size of the Retrograde Minis for the most part. It's going to be a 2D. And then all you have to do is go to your folder and just literally just throw them on, like so. Not that one. Yeah, and so now he's in here, we can start editing him. So for animation, you want to click on the animation thing. You want to set how long you want the animation to be early. If you can like set it up for later, but it's easier if you already know how long you want it to be. In this case, my general go-to is 1.6. I find is a good length of time. And you can even adjust the FPS and the speed. First thing we want to do is we want to get all of the parts and we want to keyframe them, their transform positions, just the positions for now. Generally, you only want to keyframe aspects that you're actually going to use. So for example, transform includes the scale and the size and the rotation, but we're not going to use any of those. We just need the position. And you can include the others, but it just makes it like harder to manage. And then very simply, we're going to select the arms and the bodies, and we're going to go to click on the 8, and we're going to just double tap down twice. Now, an interesting thing with PixelOver is it does naturally, like default loop animation is on. And what that means is once this keyframe has triggered, it will try to loop back to the starting from. So we'll see an example of this. It goes down and then it goes back up because it wants to return to here. So that gives us a little bop, a little up and down, and then my thing to kind of make it a little more lively is to find the bit where it goes down, put the arms up, and then they follow the body down one, and then do that again here. So they stay up and then they follow down. And then when they start going up, they go first. And then it will actually do, because it's looping around, it'll actually do the last one for you. So you don't even need to do that. And there you go. There is a nice simple bop. Now you can see here, this doesn't look correct, this leg thing. And this is because we haven't sorted out the orders. So the legs go at the bottom. The body will go at the front of the legs. This arm will go behind the body, while this one will go in front of the body. And then we play that again. Excellent. So with the cutting, a note, whenever something is going to be in front of the other, keep the black border on the one that's in front and get rid of it on the one that's behind. This will just make it easier. And then You just need to make some small edits to get over so many issues. So for example, if we zoom right in, we can see there's some like missing pixels here. And that's because obviously the body has moved, but quite fun. We just have to load up the body, go in, and you can quite simply, we'll take this dark gray, just put this here, too far. Just put this here, like so. Save that, and it will automatically apply. So you can see it's changed immediately. There's still some bits missing there, and we just put those in, save it, and our change is applied. And we also probably want a black border there. So there we go. And there we go. So that already looks better. And then you want to adjust any black spaces so that they kind of meld a little better, but that's just like small editing stuff. And you need to apply that into a number of places. For like here, you want to actually apply it not to the body, but to the arm, because the arm is behind. So always apply it to the part that is behind. But that's your very basic little bop animation. And so all you need to do, if though you've got something like a hand that goes like a gun that goes along the body and a hand that goes over it, you probably need to cut out the hand and put it in front of the gun. But you can just move them along this scale here. And that is the basics. That's the very like keyframe basics. Once we've got our model and we're happy with it, we're like, yep, that's a good animation. I love it. There's nothing wrong with it. Absolutely. You just go to export, and you've got a couple of options when you're exporting. You can export something as a PNG. If you're gonna just take a PNG of something, remember to turn off animations, or it will give you an export of every single frame as a PNG. In this case, we're going to do it as a GIF. Oh, one more note on PNG though. If you want, you can actually print the sprite sheet. And it will just, it will give you a full sprite sheet, which you can edit manually. This is more important for if you've got like very finicky movements going on and you just need some small, tiny fixes. But we'll reset that as we'll just go to simple GIF. So I tend to turn off separate folder because I want it to appear in the folder I created it in. And then just, just go breacher export. And you can adjust the size for, if you're gonna like upload it into a tabletop, usually 200% I think is good. But for the purposes of this, we don't need to do that. So you just export it. It'll go through that process, and then you'll just instantly have a GIF. There you go, and he's ready to go.